For any Xbox or PlayStation codes or cheap games on any platform, use the referral link in the description. It'll take you to g2a.com. Use the promo code CHES over there and you'll get yourself 3% cash back. For all No Identity merchandise, hats, hoodies and t-shirts, follow the link in the description down below to the No Identity Fan Fibre website. Hey guys, welcome to episode number 2 of the Manchester United career mode here on FIFA 18. As wasn't the case with episode number 1, I'm now back home and I've got the green screen set up, so whilst it isn't a live comm like I normally do, we are at least halfway back to the normal way that videos are put together. Episode 1, of course, didn't have any sort of green screen. I apologise for the poorer audio quality in that. Again, I mentioned it in the video, but that was recorded in my hotel room, so I didn't necessarily have the best of setups, but I wanted to make sure that I got episode number 1 out to you as soon as I possibly could with regards to the lifting of the embargo. You saw there at the beginning of the episode we were able to simulate the game against Paris Saint-Germain and get ourselves through to the knockout stages of the pre-season tournament, and we're now in discussions with Juventus over the potential transfer of Alex Sandro. I'm offering them here I just wanted to see if I could get Ashley Young involved in some sort of deal. I obviously didn't expect them to accept a straight swap for Ashley Young, but they didn't necessarily poo-poo that idea completely. They said they were actually willing to discuss a player swap deal, but they were looking for someone in a right midfield position. So I offered Jesse Lingard instead. Again, not expecting them to accept a straight swap, but he's worth a little bit more, so it might save me some more money in the long run. They were keen on Jesse Lingard. They also wanted those 65.1 million. Now, that's not necessarily the sort of figure that I would like to stretch to for a left-back. Yes, Alex Sandro is very good, but 65 million is a lot of money. Yeah, even in today's market, 65 million is still a lot of money. So I offered 35 instead to see if they might be keen on that, including, of course, a 20% sell-on clause, as you saw there, but they don't want a sell-on clause whatsoever, and they seem to be very keen on getting that £65 million. So I threw in another bid here, having a little bit of a kind of an inner monologue. I was like, do I offer 40? Do I maybe go a little bit higher? I decided in the end to go a little bit higher and offer 43 and see if they'd accept that. No, but they've dropped a big way from 65 down to 50.8, so we're getting there. Offered 47 next time around, and they were very, very keen to accept 47. So we actually saved ourselves about £18 million there from their initial request. Now, we're into the contract negotiations, and as wasn't the case with the previous negotiation we did, actually this time around, the opposite of Ousmane Dembele, they asked for a squad role, but didn't mind what I offered them contract length-wise, which was the opposite of what happened in the Ousmane Dembele deal. So we're looking at wages and signing on bonus and clean sheet bonus right now. In the end, they were able to settle on £200,000, and I couldn't quite manage to negotiate the bonuses that I wanted, but I was just waiting to get the deal done at this point. They'd been very, very hard to negotiate with Juventus, so I was just pleased to get Alex Sandro through the door. Now, this was actually a decision that I was a little bit apprehensive about doing, simulating the semi-final against Real Madrid. You can see, though, it isn't the strongest of lineups there. Brahimi, new transfer for Real Madrid there. Lucas Vazquez with Kovacic in there, Llorente, Tejera, Fernandes, Hakimi and Zidane in goal. So we were able to squeeze a 1-0 victory against Real Madrid in that semi-final. Juve got a 2-2 draw against Paris Saint-Germain, but were able to come out 4-3 victors on penalties. So into the final of the pre-season tournament we go. Full strength lineup from them. Very, very strong indeed. 4-2-3-1. Buffon, Quadra, Samoa, Chiellini, Benatia, Lichtsteiner, Marchisio, Matuidi, Costa, Dybala, Bernadeschi and Higuain. So 2 new wingers for Juventus there in their starting lineup. Of course, they've actually had a pretty decent window, it has to be said. And as I mentioned in yesterday's episode, whilst the game against Columbus Crew was an example of how the lesser sides actually aren't that good against you this year, or at least there's more of an obvious gulf in class between the better sides and the lesser sides. When, as I mentioned yesterday, when you play against the top sides and they have their best players on the pitch, you can really tell that you're playing against one of the best teams in the game or in world football. Pogba with a ridiculous shot there from a long way out that cannons back off the bar after dipping dramatically. But Buffon able to make a secondary save from the second effort. Very pleased with himself for doing so. Corner's going to come in here from Henrik Mkhitaryan. I don't win the initial header, but it does drop to Antonio Valencia. Back out wide to Henrik Mkhitaryan. Ball in again and winning the header at the near post was Romelu Lukaku, and we hit the woodwork for a second time in 5 in-game minutes. So we're pushing to go 1-0 up here after Juve had the opening couple of chances. I hope you guys are enjoying the fact that we've got the green screen now for this series. Of course, as I mentioned yesterday, when we get to the full release and I start the Chelsea career mode, it will be live com and green screen rather than just post com with green screen. So we'll be back to the normal style of content from that point onwards. But another good save there from Gianluigi Buffon from Romelu Lukaku, and although he wasn't able to keep up the secondary effort, Lukaku drilling that in at the near post. The defender got caught out there. He thought I was going to pull it back to Henrik Mkhitaryan, and I didn't. I went across goal. So the defender seemed to put in a weird challenge, but I think I just outplayed the AI. Getting outplayed myself by the AI here, though. The footwork from Gonzalo Higuain in the build-up to that move was ridiculous. Stunning finish from Paulo Dybala, and I think we might be seeing that celebration quite a few times when you play online this year. But look at the footwork here from Higuain. Destroyed me. And then a hell of a finish from Dybala right into the top corner. Juve pull it back to 1-1. They'd been knocking on the door but hadn't yet found a way through. Now they have. And we came very close actually to restoring our lead in stoppage time. But I wasn't able to do it. For the third time in the game, I hit the woodwork. Still trying to work something though before the break. Getting it back into the middle. Lukaku on the end of it. But smacked away by the Juventus defensive line. We aren't yet back in front. However, working an opportunity here. That turn from Martial destroyed the AI the way that Gonzalo Higuain destroyed me in the first half. Just leaning one way and then scooping the ball back inside the defender. It's really good footwork. Look at him, just scoop, turn it, spinning the defender and just tucking it home into the bottom corner. We were now in front for the second time in the game. Juve coming forward again though, into Bernardeschi down the right hand side and very nearly scoring a rather awkward own goal there as it cannoned off the defender and nearly caught David De Gea out. So much space for Douglas Costa here and you would have expected him to put that away. 9 times out of 10 he would have buried that into the top corner, but thankfully this was the one time out of the 10 that he didn't and he missed the target. Pushing to try and get myself a third. I thought they're creating so many chances I can't really not continue to push because I might need that third. Great footwork from Mkhitaryan on the edge of the box, but again, Gianluigi Buffon coming up with a save. 20 minutes to go here. The Higuain-Dybala combination working yet again, but Dybala missing the target this time around, trying to finesse rather than power it home. Turns out, not the opportunity that he needed to get them an equaliser. Rugani going off for Chiellini. As I was pushing more and more for a third, they made the defensive change. I was surprised they didn't make an attacking change as well to try and freshen things up at the other end of the pitch, maybe bring someone else on to try and score a goal, but Buffon again making another very, very good save. In, the last minute there, you can see 89th minute, 89th, 90th minute, but the crowd rather overreacted here. That was a rather large cheer for a win in a pre-season tournament, I think, but still, a win in the pre-season tournament is what it was, and we get the maximum prize money, which was about £11.5 million, I think. So, whilst we've made a couple of big deals so far, we are actually recouping some of that money to go towards further deals. Accepting a loan offer here for Gribim. He's going to go to Luton. And we have an offer in here for Andreas Pereira from Monaco, which is actually undervalued by about £1.5 million. So I asked for 16 when he's valued at 12. And they came back with 10.4, though they did offer me a little bit of a sell-on clause there. I asked for 11.5 here rather than 10.4. And I thought, it was acceptable. And no, their manager was rather incensed. Threw his arms up, stormed out. My guy looks so sad there as he was leaving the office. You always want that "Hello Darkness, My Old Friend" music, but I won't throw it in right now. But Ander Herrera gets an offer in here for him from Real Madrid. Now he's not in my starting lineup. Herrera is currently Matic and Pogba, but he's still going to have a part to play and a very big part to play in the season as a whole. Ander Herrera, so I'm not willing to let him go. Player I am willing to let go is Antonio Valencia, although not for 14.7 million. I'd like to get, whilst it is close to valuation, I'd still like to get as much as I can for him. Even though he's 31 years old, he's still a pretty decent player, 83 rated. So Milan have had a very good transfer window in real life anyway, but I was trying to work something out here. And in the end, we settled for 16.5, which wasn't that much more than they actually initially offered me, about 1.8 million or so. But he went, £14.5 million was added to my transfer budget, And loan offers coming in for another youngster here. Zachary Durnley is going to go out on loan to Bolton, whilst the other youngster had also gone out as well. And another deal that we're trying to get done here is Marcus Rocco to Barcelona, valued at 18.5 million. Again, as I mentioned yesterday, because this is just kind of a one-season preview career mode, I was making transfers for the sake of making transfers to try and bring new faces into the club so we can, get as many of these transfer negotiation cutscenes as we can. And Rocco is going to go to Barcelona. And then I got a huge offer in from Juventus for Paul Pogba. A massive offer, £19+ million. It really caught me by surprise. Obviously, I wasn't going to accept it, 95.2 million. But interesting that it was Juventus that offered for him as well, because of course it was Juve. Like Man United sold Pogba to Juve, so Juve then sold Pogba back to Man United, and then Juve wanted to sign him back from Man United again, which blew me away. But anyway, Antonio Valencia has now left us, or Marcus Rocco has now left us as well, and we're sending James Wilson and Axel Tuanzebe out on loan too. And then Juve, after being unsuccessful with the offer for Paul Pogba, came in with a big offer for David De Gea instead. Now, if I wasn't going to sell you my best central midfielder, I'm most certainly not going to sell you my best goalkeeper. Arguably, not only my best goalkeeper, arguably one of the best goalkeepers, if not the best goalkeeper in Europe. There were quite a few discussions at the capture event between us when people were packing Neuer at 92 rated and David De Gea at 90 rated about whether they should perhaps both be the same rating. If not, maybe David De Gea should be slightly higher than 90 and maybe even higher than Neuer, which is a big claim. But something that I want to concentrate on here is the fact that you can see me now triggering a release clause. It's the first time I've done this on FIFA 18, and it's for a player that I didn't think would have a release clause. Arturo Vidal, £54 million from Bayern Munich. He's 30 years of age, yes, but again, it's only going to be a one-season career mode, this, as we were previewing it at the capture event. So, I mean, why would you not sign one of the best all-round midfielders in European football with the opportunity to do so on a short-term basis? So, a 4-year contract, crucial squad role. They weren't interested in a release clause. He asked for 180 grand. I offered him 160 and lowered the bonuses a little bit. So we'll see if they accept that. Nope. They were adamant that they wanted 180 grand, and again, I was having a little bit of trouble actually negotiating with some of the AI managers and AI agents. So again, I just kind of gave up and gave in, and just wanted to make sure that the deal got pushed across the line and that signatures were signed on the dotted line. Now, I do have Socrates there in my shortlist too, but I believe at this stage in time, I needed to raise a little bit more funds to be able to bring Socrates in. So we're going to end here just before the beginning of the Premier League window, which will start in the next episode, where we'll see the new graphics, of course, with the players walking out up to the camera and doing the whole Sky Sports style stuff, which you saw in the official announcement video a couple of weeks ago. But drop the video a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on any further content. Let me know if you're enjoying the series. Like I say, the full series with Chelsea will be live com as well as green screen, but there will be a Premier League budgets video for you later on this afternoon / this evening as well. So keep your eyes peeled for that in your sub box. Do make sure you're subscribed to ensure that you don't miss out on that. Click the little notification bell and you'll get an alert every time I upload, and we're going to be uploading a lot of FIFA 18 content over the next 12 months, so do make sure you do it. But for now, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.